What's up, hockey think tankers? Welcome to another Friday Face-Off episode sponsored by Titan Battle Gear. If you heard our recent podcast episode a few months ago with the founder of Titan Battle Gear, you know why I'm excited about what they're building. Titan is changing how players think about their base layer protection. It's Velcro-free, breathable, lightweight, and made with the highest rated cut-resistant fabric on the market. It's no wonder that they've recently become an official partner of USA Hockey to help advance player safety. This is definitely the neck guards we want our athletes wearing. Hockey Think Tank listeners get 15% off at titanbattlegear.com/GMBM.
Boom. What's up, boys and girls? Happy GMBM. Happy Friday Face-Off. Vex, I got a topic today, dude. And you don't know what this topic is yet, but it's something that I think we need to talk about right now. And it's because it's tryout time in a lot of different places. And I've had conversations and messages that were sent to me by quite a few people that are either hockey directors or coaches of youth organizations. And the conversations have been basically horror stories of parents whose kids got cut from specific teams and acting, let's just say, not very well after that. So I'm not going to give my thoughts on this first. I want to give it straight to you. I want you to talk to the parents of kids who got cut in whatever capacity. Maybe you didn't get drafted in the USHL or, one of the other junior drafts. Maybe your kid got cut from the Might A team. Maybe your kid got cut from the Pee Wee AAA team, whatever. Please talk to those parents right now. Can you please talk to those parents right now?
I would love to. So obviously you're going to be emotional. Obviously you want the best for your kid. You want your kid to succeed, but that's why you need to zoom out. You need to pause. Think about the ripple effect. If you go nuts, you make a stink, you tell the whole world your kid should have made it, you tell your kid that they should have been on the team, and it's politics and it's nepotism or whatever excuse you're making, what does that do for your child? You need to think about that. And my daughter's not even 2 years old. She has had no tryouts yet. I'm sure that if she gets cut from something and I think she should have made it, it's going to be very hard. That's where you got to do that pause, walk out of the building, take a walk, take deep breaths, think about the lesson that your child can learn from this. I go back to probably the most pivotal moment, honestly, in my hockey career, me getting cut from a team called STL Elite, which predated AAA here in St. Louis, and posted the numbers right after the tryout, walked up. I was an alternate, started crying in the lobby. We went outside, and my parents didn't yell, scream, call the coaches. We got in the car, and they asked me, do you think you played your best at these tryouts? Be honest. No. Does that mean you think you should have made the team since you didn't play your best? No. So what can we learn from this? I didn't know the answer. I'm crying, blubbering, little 10-year-old, and it was, you need to leave no doubt at the next tryout you go to. You need to make it so that you do everything you can on that ice during the tryouts so that the coaches have to take you because of how you played. For the rest of my life, people always talk about good tryout players. I was one of the best tryout players out there. I went into tryouts with that, from that lesson I learned at 10 in my parents' car at the Fenton Forum Ice Arena in Fenton, Missouri, getting cut at 10. I will never leave it in the judge's hands again. I will make sure that I'm the best player I can possibly be at tryouts and stand out with my play, my effort, my energy, all of that. If my parents would have went about that the other way, you should have been on the team, you're better than Johnny, blah, blah, blah. What would that have done the rest of my life? I would not have played in the USHL. I would not have played college. I would not sign 2 NHL deals or played pro if my parents at 10 years old went about it the other way. I literally guarantee it. So if this happens, obviously, I can't imagine how that would break your heart as a mom or dad to watch your child's heart be broken. But remember, you don't win or lose at hockey or life in a day or at one tryout or getting cut from one team. this will be a lesson that they can learn from, and you can help them become better from this temporary, very temporary setback, and use it as a setup for them for the rest of their life. If they get fired at a job, they get a bad grade at school, they get cut from a team, they're on the fourth line and they think they should be on the first line. Think about the lesson that they can learn from it and how that will help them moving forward, and be there to guide them through that, not try and do it for them or call anybody.
Awesome, man. Absolutely love that. And let's raise the stakes a little bit. What's that?
I said, thank you, Mom, because I know she'll listen to this. And I know she'll remember that conversation in the car at Fenton. I love you, Mom. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's raise the stakes a little bit now. Okay. Raise your hand if you think that there are shenanigans that happen in youth hockey and within youth hockey organizations that are below board.
Yes.
And
two hands up. Two of them.
Are there politics that happen in youth hockey when it comes to the selection of players for teams?
I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
But this is a podcast. They are up.
My hands are up.
They're both hands. All 10 fingers.
Yes.
Are up. Okay. What then? What then? What do you do as a parent when you know, based on play, that your son or your daughter should have made the team? I would say, I think every parent has rose-colored glasses, right? So like sometimes you might be right, sometimes you might be wrong as far as how good you think your kid played, or, what the rest of the team looks like and how good the other players are and all that kind of stuff. But we like to do real talk with this podcast, right? And are there going to be times when a kid gets left off a team for political reasons? Yes. I've been left off teams for political reasons. When I was a peewee and I tried out for Team Illinois, and the two coaches of the team are two dear friends of my parents, like very good family friends, played with their kids growing up, like all these kinds of things. They cut me. I didn't know it at the time because I was, 11 or whatever it was. But like there was another coach that was on the team that hated my guts and didn't like my parents. And so they cut me, and the funny part about it is like, I didn't know that, right? My parents never told me that, but guess what happened? My parents didn't cause a stink. And my parents same thing. I love my parents because they didn't let me make excuses. We went to another team and work your butt off and make this team better that you're going to be on. And guess what happened? Halfway through the year, the team that cut me, they asked me to play with their team because that was a team that I was playing up a year. So I went down to our age. Halfway through the year, the team that cut me asked me to play 2 games for them because they needed guys. I go, score a couple goals in those games, was one of the best players out there. And guess what happened? They asked me to play for their team for the rest of the year. And you know what I said? No, I made a commitment to this team and I'm not going to do it. I'm going back to the team that believed in me. Right. And so but imagine if the conversation that my parents had with me were, this is all political and it's BS and I can't believe this and life's not fair and yada, yada, yada. Like, come on. Like, I'm not going to develop the life skills necessary to be able to make it in this game or outside of this game. And so there are going to be times where your kid is not going to get a role on a team or on a team based on political reasons. It's going to happen for sure. Maybe not to you, but a friend of yours, somebody probably knows somebody that's happened to in youth hockey. But like Vex said, what is the message that you're sending your son or your daughter? Is it life's not fair? Buddy, do you know anybody in this world that's achieved anything that had a life's not fair mentality? If life was fair, I'd be 6'4". If life was fair, you wouldn't have been 150 pounds at 17 years old. Like, you got to work through it. You got to take adversity and learn from it and grow from it, and like hockey's a small world too. Like if you think that life's not fair and like this is for the parents too on the other side of it, and you cause a massive havoc with like the organization that you're with, do you think other people are going to want to have your kid on the team when they know that you're a crazy parent? And word gets around. Everybody knows that the hockey world is small. At the college level, we know who the crazy parents are in youth hockey. Like when I was coaching college, right? So like other youth hockey people are going to know that. So the crazier you are and the more that you have a life's not fair mentality, you're like directly hurting your child from like a life skills building standpoint and from like teams that are going to want to have them in the future standpoint. Is that like not the most honest like assessment of this stuff?
Yes. And guys, you got to zoom out. You got to zoom out. You know, no matter what, it's up to you to zoom out. You're the captain of the ship of the family. Like no matter how mad you are, you can't. I mean, even if you do say something, it can't be in front of your kid. It can't be to your kid. It can never get back to your kid. If you go about it the right way.
Yeah,
not the
ask
wrong
questions, go about it in a constructive way. Hey, what didn't my kid do in tryouts? You know, what do they need to get better at? You know?
Yes, exactly. But the right way and not in front of your child. You can't be an excuse maker in front of your child. It's not going to help them. You know,
lessons are caught, not taught. The good ones and the bad ones.
Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Anyways, I've gotten too many messages over the past like month, you know, during this spring tryout season, which is a whole nother Friday face-off that we can do at some point. But like, come on, guys, like exactly like you said, let's zoom out. What is this about? It's about building good players and human beings at the end of the day. That's what's got to be the focus.
Has to.
Boom. All right, time's up.